How's it going, guys? I'm your host Tiala and welcome back to Singaporean Life, the one-stop YouTube channel for all things about life in Singapore. And for today's video, we will be talking about making your own Instagram filter. So you guys have probably seen on Instagram all sorts of different filters. Right, so here we have some examples of the Instagram filters, and this here is actually Instagram filter that is also created by a Singaporean, and it's using the same RNG concept, except that he made it into ang paos instead, and you will basically get different amounts of ang pao money. So very creative. And next up here we have your standard beauty filters that has been here since the very beginning of IG itself. So here is probably the filter that started all, the first ever known randomizer filter. It's one for Disney characters here, as you guys can see, and you actually have to click record for this one before you can actually tap on the screen for something to happen. And I got an Elsa. So yeah, this, I guess you could say, was what really inspired me to start doing a randomizer filter rather than a beauty filter or any other filter. With that being said, let us jump right into how we actually made the filter itself. So this is by no means a tutorial. There are way better tutorials online. This is just a basic showcase of how I did everything. So the very first step you want to do is not to open up Spark AR Studio, but to open up Photoshop. So if you don't have Photoshop, you either have to buy it or you have to pirate it. So yeah, you don't even need Photoshop. You can just use Microsoft PowerPoint or any other simple, very basic photo editing tool. All you need to do is drop a rectangle like I did, fill it with some color, add your text or your question, and then you can add in some other pictures here. For me, I chose to cut out a picture of Gordon Ramsay screaming because it would fit into the whole theme of the filter, and to decorate it up a bit. So that's what I did. Afterwards, I exported the picture out, and you have your picture here. Okay, so after you get that done, you want to download Spark AR, and you can actually just Google Spark AR and it's free to download. There's versions for both Windows and for Mac. I don't use Apple products, so obviously I'm using the Windows version. Right, so once you're inside, what you want to do is first step, create an animation sequence. How do you do that? All you have to do is very easy. Just add asset, import from your computer, and what you want to do here, okay, allow me to show you guys. Let's expand this. See all the different options right here? Yep, all the different options that is cycling through right now. Yeah, you want to find pictures on the internet or make your own pictures of your answers, or basically what you want to show up when it cycles through. Import all of them together and they will show up as an animation sequence. So you want to checkmark loop and you want to checkmark randomize to get the effect going. So that is the very first step. Afterwards, what you want to do is you want to add a face tracker, and you want to add the first plane. The first plane is for your question plane right here, and you can, using the controls above, you can move the planes around like this, left, right, up, down, and then this is for rotating your plane. You can turn the thing if you want to, and this last button here is for you to resize it, so you can size in any shape that you prefer. The second plane will be your answer plane, and ideally your answer plane should be exactly the same as your question plane, so that it hides the question plane, ideally your second plane, which is your answer plane, should be hidden behind your question plane, which is your first plane, so that you don't see the randomizer and the answers popping up before you tap on the screen for it to appear. Right, so you want to create a material first for your question plane. Create a material texture, select the question texture that you want, which is this one, and then for your second plane, you want to create a second material right here, and then you want to add your animation sequence as the texture. So basically just add all of your pictures inside here, which should be grouped up as animation sequence if you import them all at once, and then all of the pictures should go inside here as the texture. So it's basically just as simple as that, and that is the first part done. So after you resize, make sure everything is nice and whatnot, here comes the trickier part. Alright, so I'm now going to resize this and bring this up so you guys can see the patch editor. This is where the magic happens. What you want to do is just right click and then you can add all sorts of different stuff that you want to do with it. So you have lots of controls over here. You can add audio, you can add device motion, face landmarks such as your cheek, your chin, your eyeball, interaction like when you raise your eyebrows, when you nod your head, when you smile, you close your eyes, that sort of thing. So you can really go and explore by yourself all the different commands. For this very simple randomizer filter, I'm going to start off with a screen tap. So what it does is when people tap the screen, that's the command for the randomizer to start going off. So before they tap the screen, nothing happens and you'll just be this question pane right here. From the screen tap, you want to click and hold this and then you'll drag out and form a second command. So the second command, you want to use a switch. And from the switch, you want to link it to plane 1, which is your answer plane. And afterwards, when it is not, you want to link it to a not command here as well, and then link that to your question plane. So that is basically the first part done. Next part, you want to drag this out and link it to an offset. So the value will run as long as this thing is running. So if you pause it, the value will pause. You don't need to change anything here. It'll just run by itself. From here, the left hand side, you want to drag it out to a runtime, and the right hand side here, you drag out for another command here, which is less than, and the value I've chosen is 4. So I have 6 different pictures. I feel that 4 is a good value to have. So you can just put it in there. Afterwards, drag it out, loop animation. So this duration here is something that you can play around with. It is basically how long it takes for the thing to cycle through each different picture. So I found that 1 second was a bit too long. If we change the duration, I'm going to show you guys an example now. Let's say I change it to 1 second. And yeah, it doesn't really work for 1 second. I don't know why, but you shouldn't be changing that. No, wait. I think I know why. Okay, you need to play. Okay, so I'm going to tap on it, and you can see it's taking a little bit longer to cycle through. So I take this duration to 2 seconds. And now it's taking a while longer. Okay, so if I change the duration back to 0.05, now it's going to cycle through pretty quickly. And I find that 0.05 is the sweet spot for this sort of randomizer filters. Next up, you want to pull out a random command here. And the random command, you want to have a start value of 0, regardless of how many pictures or answers you have right here. And your end value, I put 6 because I have 6 different pictures. If you have lesser than 6, you should put whatever number of different answers that you have there. So if you have like, for example, if I'm making a Disney characters filter, so if there are 10 different Disney characters and I put in 10 different pictures, your end value will be 10. For me, I have 6 different choices, so my end value is 6. Afterwards, drag this out, and you want to put a round number here to make things easier for you, because it gets really weird if it's some odd decimals right here. And last part, drag this out to your animation sequence 0, which is all your pictures here, and you are done. So this is just a very basic proof of concept on how you can make your own Instagram filter. I could, of course, add in audio as well. Like I can make it play a different audio for each different answer. Like I could extract clips from YouTube and then have the audio play. Like this one is a you fucking donkey, so I can actually extract that audio part from YouTube and then have it play you fucking no, this is donut, not donkey, sorry. So I can have it play that when it stops at this answer, and then let's say if I get a different answer, let's see what I get here, idiot sandwich. So we can make it play the idiot sandwich audio as well if you wanted to. But there's a lot more work and it will be a lot more complicated than just this. So that will probably take me twice as long to make this, maybe 3 times as long. I don't know. I haven't really tried it yet. But yeah, adding in audio for each different answer is a pretty, I would say, tedious job. Not difficult, but tedious. So you can do that too, but I didn't do that for this. This is just a very basic filter, and that's basically a short little showcase on how you can make this yourself. So here you can see this is basically how the effect will look in Instagram once it has been approved. Unfortunately, it has not been approved yet, So here is just a prototype on my phone, which you can see here. And yep, this is basically how it works. So once it gets approved, I will probably put it up on my personal account and not the Singaporean Life account. So you guys can head over to my personal account and I'll give you guys the link. I'll probably put the link in my bio or something like that, or put it in a story highlight, which is what people usually do. And yeah, looking forward to you guys using the filter. Do give me some comments on whether you like the filter, whether you don't like the filter, what do you like about it, what do you not like about it. You want me to make more filters in the future, and if you do, give me some suggestions on what filters to make. So obviously this is going to be a side gig sort of thing, so if I have the time, I will make more, and only if you guys want to see more. And if I don't have the time, which I am probably going to be very busy soon, I won't be making any more of this. So yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed this week's video. If you have, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and of course subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more of such future content. Until the next time, I'm your host Jia Le. Peace out.